Since the dawn of time, humanity has been haunted by tales of creatures that defy nature. Beasts so terrifying, so unnatural, that they couldn't possibly be part of God's creation. But if they were not made by divine hands, where did they come from? Some say they are remnants of a forgotten age, erased from the world but never from our fears. Others believe they are warnings, symbols of divine punishment, chaos, or evil itself. Are these creatures merely myths, or do they hold hidden truths about the boundaries of creation? The oldest and most mysterious accounts of forbidden creatures are found in Scripture. Within the pages of ancient religious texts, we find beings so powerful, so otherworldly, that scholars have debated whether they were ever meant to exist. One of the most infamous of these beings is the Nephilim. According to Genesis 6:4, the Nephilim were heroes of old, men of renown, giants said to be the offspring of fallen angels and human women. Some interpretations suggest these sons of God were divine beings who defied heaven's laws, creating a race beyond human strength or morality. Others believe the Nephilim were simply powerful rulers, later exaggerated into legend. But if they were real, were they part of creation, or something unnatural, never meant to walk the earth? And then there is Leviathan. In the book of Job, Leviathan is described as an uncontrollable force of chaos, a monster of the deep so vast that no weapon could harm it. Job 41 warns, "Can you pull in Leviathan with a fish hook? Can you make a pet of it like a bird? If you lay a hand on it, you will remember the struggle and never do it again." Some believe Leviathan was inspired by real sea creatures, its legend growing over time. Others argue it symbolizes the forces of evil, chaos that only God can tame. If Leviathan once existed, where did it go? And what about Behemoth? Job 40 describes Behemoth as a towering beast, its bones like bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. Some say it was a mere exaggeration of known animals, a hippo or an ancient dinosaur-like creature. Others insist it was something more, something beyond the natural order. But these creatures are not confined to religious texts. Across the world, different civilizations tell eerily similar stories of unnatural beasts. Could they be part of a larger universal truth? In ancient Greece, the terrifying chimera was feared, a monstrous hybrid with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. Described in Homer's Iliad, this fire-breathing creature was seen as a sign of chaos and destruction. Many scholars believe the chimera wasn't just a monster, it was a warning against unnatural forces. Far to the east, Japanese folklore tells of Oni, horned demons bringing calamity and war. Some legends describe Oni as fallen spirits punished for their wickedness, much like the Nephilim. Were they just myths or representations of something deeper, beings outside the natural order? And in Norse mythology we find Jormungandr, the world serpent. This monstrous creature encircled the earth, holding its own tail in its mouth, waiting for Ragnarok, the end of days. Unlike Leviathan, Jormungandr was tied to destiny, a being that represented not just chaos, but the inevitable cycle of destruction and rebirth. These creatures share one thing in common: they defy natural order. But why have such stories endured? Throughout history, fear of the unknown has shaped human belief. Before science, uncharted lands, deep forests, and vast oceans concealed dangers beyond comprehension. When people couldn't explain nature, they turned to monsters. A giant sea serpent, a storm god's wrath, a strange disease, the work of demonic creatures. Religious texts and folklore didn't just describe these beings, they gave them purpose. The Nephilim symbolized punishment for human corruption. Leviathan embodied the chaos that only God could tame. Oni represented the consequences of evil. Through storytelling, these creatures became more than myths. They became tools for teaching, preserving morality, and enforcing divine order. But have we truly left these fears behind? Even today we see the same patterns. urban legends, cryptids and conspiracy theories continue to fill the gaps of the unknown. The Chupacabra, Mothman, Slenderman, these are modern echoes of ancient forbidden beasts. The same instincts that once led civilizations to believe in Leviathan now fuel beliefs in extraterrestrials, shadow figures and supernatural encounters. Have the monsters changed, or have we simply given them new names? Across cultures and centuries, the idea of forbidden beasts has persisted. Whether described in religious texts, mythology, or modern folklore, these creatures challenged the limits of our understanding. Were they real? Were they divine warnings, ancient exaggerations, or psychological manifestations of fear? Perhaps the most unsettling answer is that we may never truly know. But one thing is certain, humanity has always sought meaning in the unknown. The forbidden beasts of the past continue to evolve, taking new forms in our stories, fears, and beliefs. So what do you think? Are these creatures just myths? Or is there truth hidden within their legends? Have we outgrown our fears? Or have they simply taken on new forms? If this video made you question the boundaries of reality, share your thoughts in the comments. What creatures from history or legend intrigue you the most? Let's continue the discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more explorations into history's greatest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious.